What are we even watching?
Pockets? That's crazy, bro. Even I have a wallet.
Oh, now, or I'll scream.
Please, I'll
Link
now
in the
feel like
description
take a
below.
bullet. Maybe they got better? I guess it would.
What may have seemed like the ending there was really just the beginning for us. We had to get down to the bottom of what actually happened at Kid Nation. And I'm very pleased to announce we have a
Dude,
very
that's crazy. That you could lose everything in seconds.
special guest joining us here today. So everyone, please put your hands together for Jimmy Flynn!
Imagine being on this show years later and then JonTron asks you on, Jimmy, can you come on? It's like, thanks, bro, thanks.
Gotta take precautions here.
Not a gremlin yet.
Gonna spray you down first, Jimmy. All right, sorry about this. It's for your own good. Okay, let's go. All right, Jimmy, just come on over this way. Have a seat over there. Thanks again for coming on.
Of course, it's
COVID reference. Token item on my phone has Apple Pay. That's all. To be fair, I use that a lot, but most of the time, God, I don't go out much anymore.
an honor, John.
Oh,
God, I
it's
don't
our
stress.
pleasure. Trust me.
Look
Look at you. You're all grown up. You're a big boy now.
Yep.
You're a big
The
boy
fuck are
now.
you laughing at? You think this is funny? This isn't funny. This is serious. This was child abuse. What happened to you? It's great to have you here. Can I offer you anything before we start? Would you want me to crack you a can of Bush's baked beans?
Sure.
Nice. Sorry.
Why?
This should
Hold on,
hydrate you
okay.
before we.
Here, what?
Oh shit!
Is JonTron just trying to be weird here? Why is also there a printer between them? I want to ask.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. So this is the real Jimmy. This is the real. He's really here. This is him. Jimmy, we have a lot of questions for you. I'm sure every.
Honestly, the realization did hit me because I actually had to think back what was the last thing I used to pay for something. I do think it was card, but it was like a month or two ago. So I'm like, God.
Everyone watching at home, I'm sure everyone is curious. I'm curious. We're all curious, but we want to get the real scoop from somebody who's really there. You say your memory's a bit fuzzy then, right?
Yeah, it was 13 years ago, so a little bit fuzzy.
Yeah, so you were 8 then, and you are 21 now? Mm-hmm. Okay, so just tell us, what we really want to know is...
He's 21 now. Okay,
Was
yeah,
it as real as it looks?
So,
They can print brain cells? People use cash still? That's crazy.
so people didn't. So when they say no adults, I mean they meant no parents. Obviously, there's cameramen and stuff. People thought there was no cameraman or anything like.
That's what I was saying. I figured the cameraman wasn't like a toddler.
I wasn't a robot. Yeah.
Oh, robot, or I wouldn't even think of robot. I was thinking like a toddler, but... wait, so yeah, there's adults manning the stations, the cameras and stuff.
And every now and then they would dictate some things you did. Like I found a.
What's crazier, this was 4 years ago, so Jimmy is now 25. Even crazier. Jimmy's even bigger. No more. Monkey, what is it? Oh, you're kind of cute, no homo. I got a girlfriend, but damn. You okay there, Monkey? You sure? It was nice in my hand. I like changed doing the clank. I don't, because my nephew sees money and he's like, can I have it? He just like, no one uses cash anymore, so he just likes collecting dollars.
So I was on the poor team. Okay.
The poor team?
The poor team.
Oh, you mean like the laborer class?
Yeah.
Do we have that down here? See? There you were. Child feudalism. That's you down there, see? You were there.
Yep, I see that. Mm-hmm.
You were right there in the laborer class.
I was one of the damned, yes.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. Anyway, so you go on.
So we got like, I don't know, it was like 4 or 5 buffalo nickels, which was the currency.
Buffalo nickels.
They were just silver with buffaloes on them.
Yeah, fair enough. Currency of the Old West.
And I spent all my money in the candy shop and on root beer because I was 8 years old.
So you were going to a payday advance like right after that, weren't you? You were trying to get a welfare check.
Yeah, I wanted.
You were waiting in the unemployment line.
Yeah, I was, and so I didn't have any money, but like for the most part, I spent all of it, and then
you gotta save, Jimmy. Come on.
I didn't know what saving was. I didn't.
I'm way too young for this.
And so some of the cameramen were like, "Oh, look what we found here," and they would kick some dirt and be like, "Oh, it's a buffalo nickel. You should pick it." But they planted it probably.
Oh, they just would like throw you more money.
Yeah.
So was it a real functioning economy? I mean, to an extent.
Yeah, I mean, like I would go. I didn't even know we had a general store. I didn't know that. They didn't communicate that with us. I just knew that there was a candy store and a soda shop.
It sounds like they didn't clue you in on much then.
Yeah, I also probably wasn't listening very well because I was.
The guy didn't want to hear him starve to death, and then they see him run off to the candy store with his nickel. They're like, "God damn it, Jimmy!"
I was 8, and I don't listen to
Jimmy, come on. Did they give you like food that wasn't shown, or did you really have to eat what they cooked?
So for the most part, we ate what they cooked, and they had like, it was horrible.
What the kids cooked?
Yeah, it was shit. It was horrible.
I knew it! So they really weren't feeding you. You had to feed
They fed us-
yourselves.
to my memory, they fed us one time, and it was after the big.
One of the kids started to look real pale, like
Yeah,
I was started to numb.
After the we got trench foot. No, after the like the big event, we came back and everywhere there was no time to cook because we did the event. And we were all like freezing because it was very cold. Oddly enough, it's cold in New Mexico at night, and so they fed us, and it was this. I didn't like vegetables very much, but I remember it was a weirdly cooked chicken breast, and then like this purple. I'm assuming it's cabbage now, but I didn't know what it was at the time.
Some purple substance.
They just were like, here's a chicken breast and some cabbage? What were they thinking on this? Here's some money, go buy real food. Gets wasted on root beer. Yeah, that's 10 pennies. Yeah, he's gonna be a lot of paperwork. Oh my god. Can we hold hands, Del? No. You can't touch an officer of the law. Also, that's for married people. Suspect. Don't make me bring the sus police into this.
Stuff. It wasn't good.
Oh my god.
I did not eat very well. Because other than that, we had
the whole
dusty pancakes and molasses syrup.
So they just said, children, make your own food, really eat it, and stay alive. And there's no problem with this.
One of the intervention they had people just walk around making sure you're hydrated. Because they couldn't have people passing out, so
okay,
there was just,
that'd be bad for ratings.
Yeah, they had this one assistant who was always giving me Gatorade. Oh, and they gave us this dust to brush your teeth. You had like little
what?
You do this and you
could have just picked it off the ground. Dust?
Well, it wasn't dust. It was a little canister with like powder that you'd rub on your teeth and then spit.
I guess the main question is, to what degree was that really like just you?
Yeah, that's the only thing I can do. I can plant evidence on you if you want. Del got a man. JK. You know what everyone has said? They wouldn't believe if I had a man. That's the thing. I asked chat, because I told chat, I keep things private, but I'd tell you guys if I got married or something. And literally everyone in unison said they wouldn't believe I got married. They would just assume he's imaginary. I was like, oh my god. Can't even say anything. No one would believe me. Okay, so... womanless, bitchless, I feel
First the elements. How much intervention was there?
There was enough just to get us by, but other than that, I didn't think there was a whole lot. Because like I said, okay, so when I'm sleeping, I had a mattress that was probably this thick, and then a blanket that was the thickness of this carpet.
What? They really did that to you?
I'm like, and then my pillow, I didn't have one, so I used my red puffy coat. I'd puff it up and use it as a pillow. And I had long hair, so I got cut in the zipper a few times.
Wait, but that must have been like legitimate.
But guys, men are genetically programmed not to listen to me. Ask all the men in the chat. Ask my mods that are all men. It's almost illegal. I'd like to say, yeah, a ring. Yes, that's a thing. But to be fair, some of them would just be like, I don't believe it. I stopped listening, vexing. But AJ, welcome in. But that's the thing. They would be like, I don't believe it's real gold. They're like, they would make me get like one of those ring testers that test if it's like a ring, like a real metal. They would probably say it's like a ring pop. He says, guys, please.
Really scary for you a little bit, right? Was it?
I also shared it with like 4 or 5 other boys I just met.
So there was no way out of it until the first town hall meeting, right?
Yeah, you were forced for the first 4 days.
Because I love how they're like, don't worry, this isn't some kind of crazy show. You can get off. Just, you gotta wait like 2 weeks. Like, that's really what they did, right? So that's
I'll
not
have
fake.
to dox myself to prove it. I'll have to dox myself. What I'm getting from KFC later.
You couldn't have lucked out.
Not that I mean, if I really threw a tantrum, they probably would. But
I suppose you could have run in a different direction until nobody found you.
They had like a wall of like security people like really far off to like make sure that no weird people or no animals like
no weird people.
It was like Hands Across America. Is that what it's called? The thing in the movement.
I'm not sure.
Or something like that. But they literally had people like surrounding the town.
A chain link like this.
They weren't literally chained, but they looked like they were.
I think I'd be concerned if a weird man just showed up at the border of a random ghost town.
So it's a little less
did you
chaotic as we thought, but why didn't they just have a fence? Yeah, I heard Australian KFC is a lot better. I remember seeing a lot of videos. Like American KFC has more variety, but a lot of people like Australian KFC better. Also, that Australian KFC has spicy versions of things, which I don't think American version does. Which I don't know how you live. Spicy KFC is the best KFC.
Scorpions in there?
I never saw a scorpion. I saw jackrabbits.
A jackrabbit, that's terrifying.
And I tried to murder them.
Oh, I remember
Sorry,
that.
PETA, but I mean, like...
To a certain degree, you can't get all the scorpions out of the area.
I don't know if they put down their scorpion repellent.
Pesticide bomb
But,
it?
I
That's
didn't
why I'm
see
not scared to go to conventions because no one's coming here because everyone's scared of Australia.
anything.
Did anybody see any critters that were dangerous?
Not that I know of. I think that's what the people... when we were out, like, jackrabbit hunting, we weren't really far off the area, but, like, we had, obviously, people, like, accompany us.
Do they make it different at the first KFC? I must know.
We saw this... I remember seeing, like, cows and bulls, but they were tagged, so they, like...
Right.
belonged to a farm. They weren't wild.
Wild
They weren't...
cows.
Yeah, I don't know if you... I don't even know if there are wild cows, but...
Very dangerous and a bit rude, if I'm being honest. No, but the thing is, right, because I was wondering, I was like, because they're making you sleep in these dusty old cabins with, like, you know, probably space between the floorboards, right?
Yeah.
So I'm surprised you didn't come across any.
I wasn't there very long, so maybe there's some.
I'm curious. I'm curious if anyone else.
Yeah,
if
I
anyone
guess
else
that's
from
so
Kid
funny.
Nation.
He's interviewing about this, but he was there 4 days. All food outside of chemical. Yeah, I did hear that. That's why I'm a little like there's only a few reasons I would travel to America. And I actually would be concerned about the food because like the chemical laws and like the stuff they put in it is very different to Oz. Every option in oh, nice. To be fair, I've seen some of the UK franchises of takeaways. Tickled me interested. They know how to give some cheap eats, which I like. Wicked Wings, best item at KFC. Thank you, Vons. Thank you, Vons. It is true. It is true.
Knows if there were critters in or around your area. I want to know. That was a legitimate thing that I was wondering about. So you had to feed yourselves. You really were pretty much open to the elements. Like, was it insulated? Was it cold at night in there?
Oh, it was freezing. You
won't die. You won't die, but it's not good for you. Like some McDonald's things are banned in Australia because there's like foam in it. Like the percentage of meat is so low, it's not illegal to actually have it in Oz. That's why they can't actually. That's why they have to have factories inside Oz because the meat they wanted to import from America, like the pre-made stuff, was like not legal here. That's why I'm concerned.
Really,
they didn't even keep you warm. You're only a kid.
I shivered every night.
They found traces of like styrofoam mats in your meat. That's what they found. They found like foam that you find in like yoga mats.
You shivered.
Yes.
They really
Also,
genuinely.
in Australia, meat has to be 50. From the next 7 days, we are sponsored by Game of Thrones Winter is Coming. That is being released onto PC browser. And if you go through chapter 6, 9, or 13, any of those, you'll be supporting this stream if you use the link down below. Or you can come play with me on Twitch, or join the Discord and tell me what you think. It also helps keeping editors on this channel. And thank you guys for giving a chance. Hope you enjoyed the video. Percent meat to be labeled meat. It did not pass the vibe check.
Because like the thing is, I'm just trying to figure out where the line between reality TV and they really are putting a kid in nature.
It was pretty. All right, so we had these crappy old houses, and then they stuffed like 6 of us in there. Tiny thin mattresses, very thin blankets. In the middle of the night in Mexico, it's freezing. I'd have to wear like full clothing. I wouldn't be able to go in like PJs. I had like sweatpants and stuff.
I feel like there were a couple times at camp like that, but it was always like a little bit monitored. On the bus when you were all coming in.
Yes.
Did they tell you where you were going?
No, that bus ride was like 2 hours, and we had no idea. I remember I was just in. So we were at some random.
Yeah, American food laws are very lax, guys. I'm sorry, it sucks to be you guys, but it really is. It's crazy lax. You can put almost anything into you guys' foods. It's insane. Like some food is actually like regarded poison in Oz that they'll let you have. Like someone pointed out, what is it? Fanta? Your Fanta is like a neon orange because of the food dyes you have. Ours is like a light orange. Because some of your sucks to be you. Sorry guys, but sucks to be you. Because like some of your food dyes are legal here. So where a rat was found inside a fryer. What?
New Mexico hotel, and I was on the bus.
No, you guys can't have Kinder eggs. We still have Kinder eggs, guys. We had them. They got banned because of America. American kid ate a fucking toy, and so they took the toy out of Kinder eggs. So don't blame us.
Bus. I remember just like I was on the window seat, and I was like looking out the window.
The tree has fruit has exploded, sending the seeds at. Wait, what?
I saw my mom and my sister, and we just like drove away, and I was like, "Shit, this is
Do they
real."
have the toy inside of it? Because like they banned the toy being inside the Kinder egg, because it was originally inside the chocolate egg, like it's hollow. The toy was inside it. See, that's what they banned.
And like, wow, I have no. And then we drove forever, and they never told us. They were like,
Whose idea was it for you to get on this show?
"Go on the show." I think it was like my mom's. I mean, like I was kind of interested in acting when I was little, and so I auditioned for this, like the new role. But
You weren't gonna have to do any acting.
Little did I know. And so we went to an audition in Boston, and like they were like, "Oh, we like you, but you're too young." And that was when I was 7, so it was a year before. And then the next year they were like, "Oh, I guess they still liked me." So they were like, "You're 1 year older, so you're better now."
Well, they called your mom up and said, "We got the perfect role for him. We're gonna strand him in a random location. You can't come.
Yes.
If you call the police, we'll come for you. We have people." You got a call from like an acting.
Imagine going for acting, they just jump you on this. Jeez. Yeah, okay, so what happened is why Kinder eggs, they're not banned, you can buy them in Oz. They just changed what they are. An American kid ate the egg whole or some shit, didn't open it, and it has like in a plastic container, a toy inside. So the kid swallowed the toy. So it's like weird. You're better now with the thing. And so they banned the toy inside the egg. In America and Australia, I think.
Agency to your mom, and you were trying to do acting. You weren't like, "I'm so ready for this social experiment."
Yeah, I was more into the playing a character
Frank,
and
thank you for tuning
being in a nice movie set like this or something, and then
You didn't know. Thank you, by the way, for saying this
Instead-
is a nice movie set here in my actual basement. No, but it is pretty sick, though, isn't it, guys?
yeah,
Sick.
I just
Yeah,
love how
movie
like
set.
real YouTubers, unlike moi, real YouTubers and like streamers, they have like such cool setups. I'm here with my 2 old desks that I got for $20 each, shoved together with a blanket on my lap because it's fucking freezing in Australia right now. That is my setup with my 2 screens. One's an XP pen and one's thing. That's my streamer setup, bro. I do have a stand there, a fancy stand. I'm real, but you know they have like a cool setup. They have like their actual stage, and it's like, oh, cool.
yeah.
No, but yeah. So you weren't trying to get in a social experiment. Like, did you know that it was going to be like real, or did you think this was going to be fake? Like, what was the when you got off the bus? Did everybody suddenly realize it's more real than they thought?
I mean, I went in
Probably.
with like a
Most likely. That's insane, but like, not really. My recycling's there, and I have some clothing I have to wash, so not very clean at the moment. No, chaos is everywhere.
whole different idea. Like I was like, oh, I want to be like coolest kid. Basket. I'm gonna have a fun time. Like I was expecting it to be more like an adventure. Like, oh, it's gonna be fun.
Right.
No
Like
parents. Let's like drink
Thought it
root
was
beer.
gonna be an adventure. He was disappointed. I'm sure you're real. The husband is. Yeah, I'm a husband. I live completely alone, guys. Apparently, I'm not supposed to tell people on the internet that because I may get stalked. But I do live by myself. Sorry, no husband. Maybe one day. Cries. This is gonna be embarrassing. To
Until
upload.
like midnight, no one could tell it's our bedtime kind of thing. I was like, oh, this is great. I got there, it was horrible.
Right. If I were a kid, I think I would think the same thing. Like, did you have any concept at that age of like, oh, it's reality TV, but it's probably not going to be like totally real?
So I grew up watching Survivor. Like my parents and my family would always watch it, and that seems.
Instead of VTuber applications, it's husband applications. I open a VTuber agency for only men. This is very suspect, Del. Very suspect. I'm sorry. Wrong chat. Sure. To be fair, the thing is, I'm gonna have to make enough money to get a house husband, I think. Grinding, boys. Grinding for the dream.
Very authentic. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a kid Survivor, but like there was a decent amount of intervention, and I think it was mainly because it was just like everywhere you turn there was a camera. And it's something you don't really realize when you're watching. Is that when you're actually there? There's like cameramen everywhere.
So what did your parents think of this whole thing?
I mean, so in the beginning they were all for it because it sounds like a cool adventure. Like, oh, he's gonna go out. Like it sounded like a little bit more extreme summer camp. It was a lot worse.
A more extreme summer camp. People so willy-nilly with their children, it takes a while to have them.
But when I came back, they were like, my mom was very glad that I came home because she didn't realize how much she would like miss me after having to like leave her child in New Mexico and go back to New Hampshire.
And how long were you there from the time you got off the bus to the time you left?
Hey, dinosaur, welcome in. The dream, a man that loves me cries. Yeah, well, we're having a drinking stream at the end of the month because for hitting 10K on the React channel on YouTube, we're doing drunk React. So we'll be having that shot of vodka together. I don't know what it's called, but the ones with the long neck. You ever watched Littlefoot? Littlefoot was my favorite dinosaur as a kid. I can't remember most of their names anymore. I used to know all the dinosaurs' names. I do not anymore.
So I was at Bonanza City for 4 days.
4 days.
And then when I left, I think it was like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
I was in a hotel with one of like the
nice. Doesn't sound as cute as a long neck.
Yeah, do you call them PAs?
Production assistant.
Yeah. One of the PAs. I was just like in a hotel with it. That sounds really bad.
Was he? Was he hands off? Did he let you do what you wanted?
It's very nice. No.
Okay.
It was 2 different hotel rooms. He was just like brought me to like the mall. We like had a.
That sounds familiar.
We were having a fun time. Great guy.
Hands off or hands on?
Very hands off.
Okay.
No, that wasn't Littlefoot. That wasn't Littlefoot. That was the swimming one. I can't remember her name anymore. Ducky. Yeah, Ducky's actor died. Original actor. Honestly, learning that devastated me. Because they showed a photo of her and she was just a baby. And I remember watching her stuff. And she had the cutest voice and it was so sad.
Okay, so has this followed you? Did your schoolmates find out about this and stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I was the only kid from New Hampshire on it, so it was talk of the town.
Right.
Yeah, it aired in my 4th grade. Everyone was fine with it. And then I think as we got older and we got into that prepubescent, I got a lot of backlash from it.
Backlash. I don't understand. See, whenever I hear about this backlash from wouldn't you think people would be like, oh, that's Jimmy?
The backlash. You got backlash because everyone's an asshole in high school, pretty much.
The sick kid from Kid Nation.
It was
you got put in the desert by producers. What? Why would they make fun of you?
I don't think she was killed by her parents. I'm pretty sure she was killed by her dad. It wasn't by the mum. She was just killed by the dad. And I'm pretty sure he killed the entire family, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because it was one of those family annihilation stories, which is a really fucked up topic.
Because I left early and I cried, and they're like, I don't cry.
You were AIDS.
People don't cry. Apparently, I'm the only person that cries.
You were not the only in the episode that I watched. Play the clip. Look at all them crying. Everyone cried. That's what I was gonna say. That's how I felt like I knew this was real. Half the kids break down eventually. And I'm like, that's what I really want to know. That one scene where do you remember there's a scene where you're just crying somewhere?
In the back of a barn.
Did you really run away?
I actually did run away, and then the producers, the Karen found me hey Jimmy, can we film you?
He did!
He did, bro! Hey Jimmy, can we film you? Can we film you, Stewie? A cassette? Some people don't know what CDs are anymore. You may as well whip out what a floppy disk is or something. I went to a poor school, they still had floppy disks laying around. But a cassette, God, there's 20-something-year-olds that don't know what a cassette is.
That's what I said, I made fun of. It's really what happened.
He came up to
He's just yeah, give me more of that.
Well, they asked, do you mind if we film you? This will be pretty good. And I was like,
this will be good. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was like,
this will be good?
Yeah.
Jimmy, I know you have no concept of anything. Your prefrontal cortex
isn't... Oh my God, this happened again. But actually, yes, because so many things don't take CDs anymore. They use aux cords or connectors, or even a lot of computers don't actually have CD slots anymore. Everything's digital download.
Been grown in yet? This is going to be great for ratings. Can you keep the waterworks coming?
I was like, whatever it takes.
Honestly, what? Because I joked about that, but I'm because my feeling was, you filming an 8-year-old crying, it's not fake.
No.
You can't be like like Haley Joel Osment when you see him crying on an AI or whatever movie when he's a kid actor, you're like, okay, so he learned to cry. But when a kid's
He
like,
learned to cry, or they just put water drops in his eyes. I'm 33. Get bent if you feel old. 10 years young. 23-year-olds feeling young, bro. To be fair, there's always that moment when you realize you're getting older. There's
Like-
always that moment.
you're like, oh, jeez. I couldn't believe anybody could just sit there and be like, because like silently like.
Yeah, kind of heartless.
So were there any was there a fallout from this? Was it like a lawsuit or anything?
I did not sue them, but they were sued a bunch of times. So kids drink bleach.
Jimmy, this is the first I've heard of that.
So
I'm glad you're here to tell me about it.
So
Can you go ahead and tell us about the bleach?
yeah. So I was not there for that part, but
Thank God.
you know, kids don't know how to clean things very well. So they're like,
Thank God he wasn't.
this is dirty glass. Bleach.
You mean they washed the glass
They instead of washing it with soap and water or just hot water, they used bleach to clean it.
and then drank from it?
Then they didn't wash it out very well. Next glass,
Did they get sick? Did they get
the
sick?
ambulance came.
Oh my God! But like, was it like a real reaction from drinking bleach, or,
yeah.
or was it a preventative ambulance?
I mean, there's no way you feel good after drinking bleach.
Wow.
Another girl got burnt, like got really.
Burnt?
I don't know how bad, but she got oil burns when she
You
was
still have her
cooking.
face?
Probably, hopefully. Maybe.
She still has a face? Oh my God. Jesus. I don't know why they gave kids bleach. They don't need bleach. It's wooden floors and stuff. Why would they give them bleach in general? Like, they really don't need it.
Maybe.
Well,
probably not.
you haven't seen it, so maybe it's
Yeah,
not bad. Wait, no. So she got burned how?
She was cooking, and again, kids don't know how to cook, so they're like, I need at least 3 cups of oil in this pan.
Oh, and
so
it like sizzled out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not deep frying it. They just were trying to cook it, like
Oh
sizzled
my
out.
God.
And I think, pretty sure they got sued for that.
They-
Those are the only 2 I know.
Because
of.
I've never heard of it, and when you try to buy this thing online, there's one clip of this show online. Everywhere that it's listed, you can't buy it. It's not for sale. I assume the lawsuits they try to bury this thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Bury
But
it.
they gave all of the
Bury it. Bury the evidence. Oh my God.
well, at least me. I shouldn't speak for everybody else. They gave me a DVD of every episode, so I have all of them.
Okay, was there really one bathroom only?
Yes. Well, for the guys, no, because I peed behind almost
Wherever you
every
wanted.
barn. Yeah, I peed wherever I want.
Okay.
I'm a child
was
and
there
I'm
really
a
just
boy.
one house for 40
I
kids?
pissed everywhere. Let's be real here. I pissed everywhere.
Yeah, so it was actually right outside my room. And the funny thing was, if I woke up, there was a line of like 20 kids waiting to use the outhouse, and I didn't like.
So that's really real.
that was really real.
Because I was wondering, I'm like, 40 kids?
Yeah.
40 kids, one outhouse? There's gonna be a line. The math shows the line.
Yeah,
And there was 20 kids waiting for the one outhouse.
that's why I peed outside for the most part.
Jimmy, see, you really were the smartest one.
Yeah, and then I also.
Girls have a bit of a problem with that. Just kidding. How does a girl pee on the
Jimmy
outside?
was the smartest. Yeah.
On the side of the
That
house?
was horrendous. Okay, I lived on a farm as a kid. I've used outhouse, and oh yeah, they're disgusting. Like some of the rural places I visited as a kid, they had many different kinds of outhouses, and yeah, nasty as shit ever, honestly.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spray you there. I gotta just ask one more time. There's no other way. There was no other way to relieve oneself.
No, and I did not defecate while I
You
was
didn't?
there.
I just thought defecate.
Jimmy, you didn't drop the kid. Your parents dropped their kids off, but you didn't drop your kids off at any pool.
I saw the outhouse. I saw a girl come out. I went in, and and I just saw a lot of poop, and I was like, I can't do
saw
this.
a lot of poop.
So I
You
got out. And
And
I
you
did not
cracked
go.
open. You saw the scene. You saw the
could not
crime
do
scene.
this.
You tried to bleach it from your
Oh
mind.
yeah,
Not,
yeah. Like that's the thing. I'm assuming because it's not in the ground, it's a bucket. It's a fucking bucket. In those outhouses. So yeah, you just see a bucket full of shit, toilet paper, and pee. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Because I know license required to own. Yeah, took back it. Yeah. I remember being in the UN, used a porta potty, and camel spider was under the lid, and I was like, about to die. Yes, that's the thing. Spiders, snakes, everything loves those things because it's dark. What happened when the tank filled up after a few days? Ugh. That's the thing. I don't know if these had a tank because they weren't porta potties. These were These were outhouses, so most outhouses just have very small buckets. You know what I mean? It's like a bit weird, but I don't know. Maybe it was just done up to look like it. But the ones that bigger farms have are giant holes in the ground. They actually get giant holes dug in the ground, like in areas, and then they just cover it up with dirt. But it's like sitting on top of a fucking Grand Canyon. Because I've used one of those, and it's like one wrong move, bro, and it's all over. I would have like nightmares about falling into the toilet and just falling into a pile of shit or something.
Not literally this time.
Hello,
so can you just expand on the statement? I saw a lot of poop.
I was afraid that if I sat down, it would go in me.
And you'd get more up in there.
And I didn't want that to happen.
God
so I was
knows
like,
you have enough boiling up
Exactly,
inside.
and
You
so
get
I was like, I can't do
You
this.
don't need an insertion.
Now I look back, I don't know who would ever empty it. So like, it would literally just pile up.
So nobody emptied it.
I don't think so, because when I went in, it was kind of a tower.
It was a tower.
I-
I was wondering, like, if this really was. So they genuinely were like, do you want to watch cartoons, kids? Or would you like to have sanitation? Did you guys take showers?
Sanitation. Hey, that's weird. Welcome in. Yeah, disgusted.
So for the first 3 days, we did not take a shower. But after our big like event, when it had like all the colored water all over us, then we took a shower for like.
Where were those showers?
They had them in like little trailers.
So they could have brought you more porta potties.
Yes.
They just didn't wanna.
Yes.
They wanted to torture you on purpose.
Yes.
Did Jonathan
They wanted
Karsh
to
have his
torture
own
you guys.
bathroom?
I think he had his own trailer. I'm pretty sure he had a nice luxury bed.
Okay, I gotta ask you about Jonathan Karsh. Mm-hmm. It's a creepy, strange alien lizard man, isn't he?
I think it was.
You think he was a reptilioid? Because whenever he was talking to you guys, he was very direct. He was just like, "You are looking like easy pickings down there."
Yeah, he would repeat the same lines over and over again because it would be like, oh, that take wasn't good enough. So he was
Really?
very robotic. He'd be like, in our town's objective is this. And then they'd be like, okay, and say it again. And he would say, in our town's objective. So he would repeat things over and over again. So we were really like, yo, what the fuck's
You were just
going
like,
wrong?
"Is this guy like broken?"
Yeah.
It always kind of looked like he was talking at you, not really to you.
Oh, he definitely was. I mean, also, like when I left, he just like towered over me. He was just like looking down. He was like, bye, bitch.
That's how there was a few things, because we do media, we know certain tricks of the trade, and I noticed certain things that were like you could not fake. Like you were looking up at this towering man, like you're giving him this kind of look, and I'm like, my God, Jimmy's truly like in awe, because normally like at that age, adults talk to you kind of in a different way.
They maybe get down to your level and you try to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Nah.
But he's just like,
Power figure.
well, I guess you're leaving, little boy. The door is that way. It was weird. I really thought it was weird. Were you creeped out by him?
I was a little, I didn't feel safe around him, I'll say that.
You got it from the source. You didn't feel safe around Jay Karsh, the king. I don't know if you saw. Here, give me that. We put him right. That's where he was in the feudal economy. He was right there. He was king. Jay Karsh. I call him Jay
I
Karsh.
didn't feel safe around him.
What did you guys call him?
I didn't know his name.
You didn't know that man, that specter that shows up
Yeah.
and taunts me with stars.
This is
So they didn't tell you
yeah,
about
he was a sex offender, bro.
the star
turned into the darkest
until
shit
you.
ever.
Well, you didn't know about it until you left.
Ooh.
I think I knew about it like on the flight home. Cause when I went in, my mom alluded to the idea like, oh, maybe you'll be able to win money. So they might have told her. I'm gonna confront her about that.
How'd you feel when you found out you lost a chance at the star without even knowing?
I was a little bit pissed. I was like,
You were.
they didn't tell it. I don't know if that would have kept me around, but it certainly would have had a fact. It would have had a push to make me stay.
We wondered that because you walked out and then he's like, all right, here it is.
Yeah, I didn't know until like a few days later. I was like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. Do you know what happened to Jared 3 years before that day?
Today has been the worst day in 3 years.
I've been wondering that myself because I'm worried for him. I don't know what happened 3 years ago.
Something really bad happened
Something
to
really
him.
bad happened to him,
Yeah,
and I'm scared.
So you said you were on the news about it?
Yeah. So I went on when I was 8, but it aired a year later, and so I was on the news or there were like some fucking news channel like around the time it was aired, and they were like, oh, we feel bad. You missed out on your chance to win a gold star, so we got you one for the studio. And I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna get money. Oh, I was like, look at this. I was like, wow.
That one's rounded. It's not even. It doesn't even look.
And
like
it's also
a
a
star.
paperweight that I accidentally broke.
Oh, it's a paperweight. How'd you break it? Enraged that people keep screwing me over. I'm just a little boy.
I think that's what it was. But yeah.
It's just like a piece of hunk of junk from like China, probably. It's like, oh well, thank you, my brother. And behind the scene for years. Oh my
This is
God.
probably worth, you know, $7.
I could see that at least. You could probably get it for $5.99 on Amazon. Maybe not these days. That doesn't even look like the same kind of star.
Yeah, it's kind of small.
So what are you up to these days? What have you gotten up to?
I'm going out to medical school in the fall.
Medical school. He's going to save lives. See, that's what happens to people who go through trauma.
Okay, I guess he does kind of look like the person that would be a doctor, right? Like, I don't know.
Traumatic life events. So you're going to medical school for what field?
I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking like oncology right now, but I mean, it's probably gonna change.
Oncology. What's oncology?
Cancer.
Okay, I don't ever do this. I'm gonna pretend I knew what oncology was, because I don't want to look that dumb. I know what most fields are. I didn't know the cancer field was called oncology.
It's a weird name. It's a really weird
I
name.
watched
So, Jimmy,
House.
what field are you going into?
I knew that's what it was called. Sure, the Chinese government wants to hire him. Oh my God.
Right now I think I'm gonna go into oncology.
Oncology. For all those of you who don't know, that's the cancer one.
Oh God.
I knew that. I didn't ask off screen. So you should all feel stupid out there for not knowing that.
Feel stupid.
Okay, so yeah, you're going into the field for like research or actual surgery or what kind of?
I'm thinking like I hope probably both like research and like clinical work, like working with patients.
Nice,
Fine.
brilliant. Well, Jimmy, you seem like you're a real nice, cool guy. Has anyone
Thank
ever
you.
described you that way? Told you that?
No.
Has anyone ever been?
Has everyone told you you're a really nice guy? No. No. What the fuck?
Nice to you?
Yeah, I like House. I really liked House as a show, honestly. Got bad at the end, bring it to the man's house and never...
People are nice.
Well, Jimmy, thank you
Never
so much
lupus
for coming on. But before you leave, we've got a little something for you. We wanted to right this wrong, okay? And we wanted to finally give you that star we feel you deserved. That's right. Bring it out, boys.
That's why the fucking print is there. Oh my God.
There we go.
I can't
Sorry,
with you,
that's the best we
JonTron
can
right
do. We're out of magenta on the printer. We can't go out and get any. Everything's closed. So here you go, Jimmy. How do you feel? There it is. That QR code. You just scan that. One free Big Mac. No drink though. I'm sorry. Let me disinfect that for
No
handing it over to you.
drink. I feel like Jimmy's just like,
Throw this.
it's a little fucking
All
weird,
right.
isn't he?
There it is for the big guy.
Say
Hey, Jimmy's
How do you
the
feel,
kind
Jimmy?
of friend you want.
complete.
Cancer treatments, expensive, guys. Jimmy's the friend you need.
You scan that code. One free Big Mac. No drink though. I'm sorry. We got to work with the times where. Yeah, hold that up. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Whoa, it's so great.
All right, Jimmy. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me, John.
For sure, man. I don't know if you can tell. I'm not an interviewer. So I just have one final question for you. What do you regret more, Kid Nation or JonTron?
This has been a pretty shitty experience.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. I'm gonna kill you for this.